Okay, I need to confirm my sound. Okay, I need to confirm my sound. To confirm my sound. Okay, sorry. Sorry about that. Okay, I'm. Let me see if people are hearing me very well. Okay, in case your network is a bit bad, I apologize. Okay, so so I think we are going to be getting started right now. We already have over 7 persons with us, and okay, so I apologize for the 17 minutes delay. I've been trying to rectify my network and ensure that every single thing is actually good, and we are going to be getting started. Now, today, just like you said, we are going to be discussing on how you can actually make more sales, how you can understand the psychology of buying when it comes to Amazon KDP. I was actually on a discussion with somebody a few days back, and he was actually complaining of how he has been trying to publish a lot of books, he has not been making sales, and it has been pretty difficult for him. So I told him, okay, no problem. I talked about few things with to him actually, which I'm going to be saying right now on this live stream. And what are the few things I told him about? Now, I told him that if you need to make more sales on Amazon, if you need to make more money on Amazon, one thing you need to understand is buyers' behavior. That was the first thing I told you. You need to understand buyers' behavior. Why do people buy what they buy? What season do they buy this particular thing they buy? And why do people actually buy this particular things? And that's what I actually told him. And there's what we call season, there's what we call trend. Now it means over the time there are books that can be published in a particular season and it's going to do well. And there are also books that can be published and naturally they're just going to be doing well. People buy this book over and over and over again. Now, this is something I'm going to say here. You see, there's what we call the evergreen and the trends. What is the evergreen? The evergreen is books whereby people do publish on, and these books keep selling over and over and over again. Now we have the health, we have the relationship, we have the travel. There are multi. When I mean over 16,000 niches. But the question is, I realized that on my journey on Amazon, people usually focus on a particular niche and forget their sub niche. Now, for instance, I've seen a lot of persons focusing on health and they get confused. When you tell them that the health niche is actually doing crazily well, they be like, how do you mean? They forget that under the health niche, there are other sub niches under the health niche. There's cancer, there's diabetes, a lot. A lot of persons out there are actually suffering from there's what this tuberculosis, and they're looking for a way to survive. A lot of people, both old, both young, they're suffering from diabetes, and they're looking for a way to survive. The question still reflects on what can you do about this. Now, this is something I want to tell you. You see, when you want to try to write, you don't just write something. You need to be able to focus, niche down. Now, on the diabetes niche, there's something you need to know on the diabetes niche. And what you need to know, you need to understand the fact that there are older persons, other people suffering from diabetes. Maybe people from, I believe we call them the seniors on Amazon, we call them the seniors, 60 years and above. And there are those who are just, we are just say, we don't call them the junior, but we refer to them as, we are say young people from age 18 to, sorry, from age 30 to 50 who are suffering from diabetes. You need to understand that for you to be able to make money, just as I keep saying, those who have attended my live classes and those, I said something. I said, if your book is actually reaching out to a lot of persons, like let's say you're writing on the diabetes and your book is just actually talking to everybody that's having diabetes, it becomes an issue because you need to have the capacity to niche down. You need to have the capacity to niche down. You need to have the capacity to talk to a particular set of people. Now, mind you, there are thousands of persons out there globally from 60 years and above suffering from diabetes, struggling. I think that was last I had a particular class, and I said, now imagine after being diagnosed, someone who is 65, 69, after being diagnosed by his doctor or by a doctor, and the doctor say you have just 3 months to live. And under that 3 months, this person comes on Amazon looking for a way he can survive because they want to read, they are watching videos, what can I do to survive this? It's just like you know that you have limited time. You always find yourself wanting to do more, wanting to check more. What and what can you do in order to survive? Now, I know why I'm saying this, and you see, when it comes to survival, people literally tend to do anything. So these people can come on Amazon. What if your book now is saying live as let's say your book is talking about a sub niche, say struggle for diabetes patients, or let's say it's talking about how to survive as a diabetes patient, or it's saying live beyond your doctor prescription, live beyond your doctor reports as a diabetes patient. It tends to catch their attention. Now, this person or this particular people that are on Amazon wanting to buy, their doctor already told them that they have literally 3 months to survive. And you come and start telling them that they can live beyond their doctor reports, which means they can live beyond that 3 months. So when they hear this, they become happy and they say, oh, does it mean I can actually live beyond what my doctor said? And what happened? They take the buying decision. So you need to understand something. If you want to make money on Amazon, they need to understand that the decisions in which brings people to Amazon, you need to be able to solve those problems. So that is why I always emphasize on the power of niching down. Number one way to understand buyer's decision, or number one human psychology, when it comes to making sales on Amazon, is understanding buyer's decision. You don't just write random books and put out there. And what is the first way I talk about you understanding buyer's decision? The first thing I talk about is you niching down. I know I'm emphasizing so much on niching down because a lot of persons fail drastically in these aspects. When it comes to niching down, a lot of persons fail drastically. I've actually seen people whereby when they preview their book, they're talking about the health niche and their book is not really talking to anybody. If you're writing on a diabetes book, this book will need to have the ability to be referring to a set of people 60 years and above, below 60 years. Now, take notes. What is the keywords there? Health, diabetes, survive beyond your doctor's reports, or just say health, diabetes, survivor, and the last one is doctor. Then the most important is the age bracket. So I'm emphasizing deeply on this age because you need to understand that people don't want to waste money. So if you're telling them, okay, live beyond your doctor's reports, this is already a good catch. But you can actually try to niche down. How about you now write for those from 60 years and above and those from 60 years below? This helps you to catch people's attention faster. I hope you understand what I'm trying to explain to you. Hope you understand everything. It helps you to catch people's attention faster. Because at the end of the day, if you try to write and you're just trying to write and your book is trying to talk to everybody, it gets people confused. What is this thing? What is this person trying to talk about? Is there meaning to what this person is talking about? And all this actually gets to bring some kind of, let's say, confusion, and it actually gets to bring some kind of confusion. So what am I trying to explain here? The reason I'm trying to explain is, if you must make money, the first thing is time niching down. So moving quickly, the second thing you need to do, or you need to understand when it comes to Amazon, if you want to make more sales, just like I told you, carrying out proper research. Because one thing is certain, it's not just about how many books you're putting out there. It's about the value of the number of books you're putting out there. Now, I said something to somebody, and what did I say to the person? I said, you can literally write 100 books, 50 books, 20 books, and make zero sales, zero money, nothing, you're just there. Meanwhile, somebody has worked on just 5 books, 10 books, and the person has put crazy amount of money. And you don't ask yourself, what is going on? Like, why is it that I'm not really doing XYZ amount of money? What is really happening? And it all boils down to how you carry out your research. It all boils down to how you carry out your research. Just like I was saying, I was talking to somebody, and I was telling him something. He was complaining he has published XYZ amount of books, but he hasn't really made any sales. Your research. That's what I asked him. you're following me. I'm sure you're actually following me. I said, how do you carry out this research? And it was like, he just do normal research, write on any book, and any ideas. I told him no, it's not so. It doesn't work like that. Because if you're trying to write on something that people don't actually need at a particular point in time, it's a loss to you. For me to buy something, it must be solving my problem. For me to buy something, it must be solving my problem. So I told him something. You see, in the process of trying to make sales, you need to understand that you must be writing on what people actually need. You must write on what people actually want to buy, what people actually want to read. You should be able to carry proper research. Remember, I said the first one is niching down. And for you to be able to niche down, leading to the second one, you must be able to carry out proper research. You don't just wake up and start writing on anything. You first now let me teach you how to carry out proper research. Let me just give you some inspo on how to carry out proper research when it comes to Amazon. Now, how do you carry out proper research? The first way to carry out proper research is, now you first go to ChatGPT. You've gotten the niche you want to write on. Let's say it's on the health niche. You take this health niche to ChatGPT. I tell ChatGPT to give you sub niches that you can write on that is less competitive and highly demanding. You put the date, open bracket, January, or open bracket, December to January, 3 to 6 month interval. Maybe you can say from September to February 2026, close bracket. So the date is very, very important. But if you just tell ChatGPT to give me low niche this, take let's say a health niche, give me a sub niche for this particular book that is high demanding and low competitive. It can start giving you something that maybe 2025 record or 2024 record, but you need current. There's an open bracket, you put your dates, close bracket. Either 3 months or 6 months, you close your bracket. ChatGPT tends to give you some suggestions. Maybe you can tell to give you 10 sub niche on the health niche, and ChatGPT tends to give you this suggestion. In fact, I don't know if as you're watching this, if there's how you can go ahead and go to your other phone or your laptop. I have my laptop with me here. I have my laptop, you can see. I have my laptop with me here, and you can go to ChatGPT and tell ChatGPT to sub niche this health niche, and ChatGPT will go ahead and do this for you. You take this sub niche ChatGPT has given to you. Now, remember, we are on the process of carrying out a proper research. ChatGPT will take this, ChatGPT, you then take the sub niche ChatGPT give to you and take it to Amazon.com. Now, I'm going to give you 3 sites in which you can install, 3 extensions in which you can install when carrying out research on Amazon.com. Number 1 is Titanic Pro. Number 2, AMZ Expander. Okay, let me just leave it 2. Let me don't call the other one. Number 1 is Titanic Pro, AMZ Expander. If you have access to KD Spy Premium, good. If you have access to other tools too, good. But KD Spy, Titanic Pro, TITAMAN, Titanic Pro with AMZ Expander are very, very good. You add it to your Chrome extension. You take the sub niche ChatGPT gives you, put it there. It gives you suggestion. It helps you to see what is the best sellers rank. Now this takes us to the second way of making money on Amazon, part B. Remember, the first one I said is niche down. The second one I said is carrying out proper research. And now under carrying out proper research, I've talked about getting the niche you want to write on. I've talked about taking this niche to ChatGPT to help you to sub niche it. I've talked about to give you different sub niche. I've talked about you putting in the proper data when carrying out the research. Now, the next thing, I've also told you how you should put your extension so you can see a more, I use the word vital result or detailed result, which is the proper word. You can use you can see more detailed results. When you do this, you take the sub niche one after the other. Check the base out. Remember, the book you're writing on, or you want to remodel, should be less than 20,000. Okay, let's say 50,000 BSR. It should be more than 50,000 BSR. Before it's 100,000, but 100,000 is no more favorable again. So 50,000. So when you're modeling a book that is on 50,000 BSR, it gives you a high chance of putting in more money. It gives you a high chance of putting in more money. You look at how many books has been written on this particular niche, on this sub niche, on title. How many books? What are the reviews? What are people saying about this book? You look at all this. These are very, very essential. These are very, very important. In the process of carrying out, you can even see as you're reading the reviews, you'll be seeing, oh, I need this, can I get this? This was not seen in this book. You start getting ideas. So when you do detailed research, it helps you to see more, it helps you to get more ideas. So instead of you just doing random research, writing, and you're not making anything, it's better to carry out detailed research, which is definitely going to help you to make more money. It's definitely going to help you to make more money. Now, what is the other thing I talked about? Moving to the third step. What can this book solve? What problem is this book solving? So you need to know that your book must be solving a particular problem. This is something that it can be debated on. Whether it's a non-fiction or it's a fiction, it must be solving a problem. This is very essential. This is actually a key to pulling a crazy figure. Problem solving. What problem is this book solving? At what point in time? How many persons has this problem? Your book must be detailed that even a 14-year-old person could analyze and understand this book. Because if your book is full of grammar words, you start using big words, and you're getting the reader confused. Somebody has a problem and he's trying to read your book to see if this problem can be solved, and you're all bombing the reader ahead with big grammar. The reader gets bored and end up not even buying the book. You just end up getting small commission from the Kindle, this thing, or maybe if you do not put it in Kindle store, end up getting bad reviews for the book. So I don't actually want that for you. I don't want that for you. Now, what am I trying to say? Your book must be solving a problem. I believe those online actually understand what I'm saying. Your book must be solving a problem at a particular time, at a particular season. It must be solving a problem. So don't just write a book out there and no, don't do it. Ask yourself what problem, and now mind you, when you're putting out this, the problem need to be visible. Just like you saw how clear as we are starting, so how clear the title I gave was. And how clear was this title? I said this has to do with health niche, which I talked about. I said in the health niche, this is someone who the doctor says they're suffering from diabetes, and the doctor says you just have possible 3 months, 6 months to live, and you know, now you're writing a book. Say, live beyond your doctor reports as a diabetes patient. Now, there's nobody who will come across such crazy title and will not want to stop by to give it a look. There's nobody who will there's nobody who is suffering from diabetes who will come across that. Now, mind you, you then go forward to say for 60 years and above. You also write for below 60 years. One is for 60 years above, the second one is for below 60 years. There's nobody who will come across such thing. I will not want to make a buying decision. Why? Because you've already exposed their problem to them. Now they are fighting with this person might not even be suffering from diabetes, but might know somebody who is actually suffering from diabetes. I know I'm going so deep to explain all this to you, so you can be able to comprehend better what I'm trying to say. Now, your book that is solving a problem should be presented clearly to people. It should be presented clearly. Let the person be able to see his or her problem in your book. Let the person be able to see the solution to that problem in just your by just reading your title. The person will be able to see his or her problem. The person will be able to see his or her solution, that is their solution to that particular problem. So once your book title and subtitle is already communicating the problem to them, it becomes easy, and it's also communicating the solution to them. Buying decision becomes crazily easy. There's nobody that will see a solution to their problem and will not want to buy. Will not want to buy that solution unless he or she is lacking the financial capacity to make a buying decision. But if he or she is not lacking that financial capacity, they will surely buy. And mind you, Amazon is pushing your book out there. As one person, 2, 3, 4, 5, they are pushing it. That is why we don't need to run ads. Organically, Amazon is pushing our books. And we are doing very, very well. Now, the reason why I'm emphasizing so much on this problem solving. Oh, sorry. I think I'll be back. Please just give me, let me reset my lights. I apologize. I'll be back here. Okay, maybe we just have to talk like this. You guys will just bear with me. I think my light went off, but I believe you guys will be able to get the message I am trying to pass out here. Now you need to understand something. I was trying to say something, and what was I trying to say? I said your book must be solving a particular problem. And this book is not just solving a problem, but it's explaining in detail the problem it's solving. It's explaining in details the problem it's solving. Now, this is very, 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 very important, because when you're trying to write out there, you need to understand that people buy easily when they are able to clearly see, oh, this is my problem, this is the solution to my problem. Now I'm just going to move quickly to other aspects because of the lights out. I really apologize for that. But I can't say let me end class because of lights out, because knowledge it's being heard. Knowledge is being heard. Now Now, moving forward, I don't know if anybody, I believe you guys are actually hearing me very well. I believe strongly that you guys are actually hearing me. Okay, moving forward, I said you should be able to identify a problem in a book, and there should be a solution to that problem in that book. Now, you need to understand something. And what is this you need to understand? You need to understand that people don't just buy something because this is actually fancy, or no. They buy because they have seen something in that particular book, or in that particular, let's just call it book. Now, the next thing is, when uploading, look at your competitors. Look at your competitors. This is, you see, I tell people that you need to be able to check your competitors. What are your competitors? How did they, let's say now, for instance, you want to publish. I see people using floppy book cover. Very, very floppy book cover. Which is not so. Your book cover on its own speaks authority. Your book cover on its own speaks authority. It must be detailed. Most of you that saw the flyer of this live stream, you saw how detailed it was. It must be in detail. Like, it must be catchy. Like, if I'm scrolling, let it draw my attention. If I'm scrolling so fast, it should be able to draw my attention. Because one thing is very, very certain. The first thing that will make me to buy is because of, oh, this person, I was actually scrolling, I'm looking for I'm looking for a particular book, and oh, I just saw it, wow, this book cover is very, very attractive. I would love to read content of this book. And from reading the content, your content is so amazing. Remember, I say when you're writing, you make use of the story. First, the hook plus story plus lesson plus value when writing. Because you're hooking them. And you're telling them stories relating to the problem, back to the health needs. Or maybe a close, you're helping them to relate, you're relating with the readers, and you say, wow, this is nice. So if this actually works for your uncle or a close relative of yours, maybe, so this actually helps. Now what draw them book cover? It needs to be, we have to, I don't even know whether you're using ChatGPT is doing most of the work. Going further, let me do pick a cap. Niche down. Remember sub niches. Remember I said you must have a person doing research, and must be clear in your. Remember I told you that your title and subtitle stating the problem and also solve. It should give them this assurance. Subtitle should give them this assurance. It should give, to say you must, your book cover Canva, or you're paying a designer to do this for you. Another method of making more money on Amazon, people actually, even backing keywords is not even doing much. But you say categories. Categories that are less competitive, has a very, very book out there. The book tend to enter the big. I started a key knowledge So another thing, you shouldn't over to deliver what you promise. If you promise that, oh, after they read this book, they will be able to, get the problem, their problem, or a non-fiction book. Maybe I want to go to Canada, or I want to go to France for the first time, but I don't really know how about it. Now your book is telling me I don't need to bother myself, because you're going to be taking me on a step-by-step guide from how to travel from my home state to my, which is France or Canada, just using some illustrations to explain this. Now, your book should promise that I, as a buyer, can easily come back to want to recommend this book or drop a good review on this book. So the next thing I'm going to explain, which is going to be the last thing we're going to be talking about before I end this. Before I end this, live stream, the last thing which I'm going to be talking about is understanding Amazon algorithm. That's going to be the last thing. Because no matter how good your book is, if you don't comprehend out, just as how no matter how good your book are, you keep publishing because you don't know which algorithm will pick up. But there are still to actually manipulate the algorithm. There's still a way to manipulate the algorithm. And how can you manipulate the algorithm? Number one, when carrying out your research, try to use the exact words people are searching for your book. Now, for instance, if I'm searching for how to kill it, or let's say how to get rich under 2 hours, and your book is saying how to get rich under 2 hours, meaning if 10,000 persons are searching for how to get rich within 24 hours, if you use that exact word to publish, it means when those 10,000 persons come to search how to get rich in 24 hours, there is a high chance for your book to pop up exact keywords people are searching for. It's very, very crucial. It's very, very essential. So you need to understand that in manipulating Amazon system to push your book out there, it needs to be of high quality. Try to add A+ content to your book. It helps Amazon push your book out there quickly to the bestsellers. It helps Amazon push your book quickly. Let me take you down to a recap. Okay, since this is a live stream and I'm going to be saving this live stream, so there's not going to be much need to take it to a recap. But what I'm trying to explain to you here is that if you want to manipulate Amazon system, publish books people are constantly searching for, not books that trend. If you publish books that are trending for a particular moment, you make money and you stop. But when it's evergreen, Amazon tend to continuously pushing this book, continuously showing this book rather to people. Try to publish your book using the exact words or almost the exact words. When, let's say, somebody is searching for how to get rich in 24 hours, you can twist it getting rich in 24 hours. You can put it the millionaire mindset, or the mindset shift in 24 hours. Telling them how their mindset can shift from $0 to $100 under 24 hours. It's still linking to the keywords getting rich and 24 hours, which is the main keywords of this book, or of this particular sub-niche rather. So everything falls back. If you must manipulate the system, you must be able to give the system that which it desires. Amazon are business people. They are not one charity home. Meaning they want to make money, and you want to make money. Because you understand this for a fact, you give them books that will help them make money, and they will help you make money. So this is not like we are call it something that you say, oh, it's otherwise, and So if you must pull in the $500 on Amazon, one thing is essential, one thing is crucial, and one thing is important. You having the ability to niche down and see what people actually wants to read. So this is just a master class, part 1. Part 2, I'm going to be going deep. And part 2, you're going to be seeing as I'm speaking, you'll be seeing it on my laptop.